Hey, what's up, guys? In this episode, I want to talk to you about how to have a full-time career in music. This is going to be so awesome. Let's do this.
I spent the last 14 years playing over 1,000 shows, touring 22 different countries, and become a top 40 Billboard charting artist. I fired my record label to go out on my own as an independent artist to market and release my own music, selling thousands of albums and millions of streams. The question I always get is, how did I do it without a label and sell even more music? This podcast is here to show you the way. Join me and follow along as I learn, apply, and share marketing strategies to grow my music business and a loyal fan base.
So, hey, I'm just going for my walk here this morning at our mall because it's freezing outside and I wanted to get some exercise before I go have a meeting with my in-house radio guy that I'm going to be hiring shortly, which I'm really excited about, and just getting someone to help me get on radio stations. And I put together what's called an SOP, which stands for Standard Operating Procedure, which is basically the steps that I do and take to get a song on the radio and how I want it done. And that's the great thing about hiring somebody. And it doesn't mean I'm not open to new ideas, but when you hire someone yourself and they're working for you, not a contractor that just goes and does their own thing, but someone that works for you, you tell them to do it your way. It's either your way or the highway. You know what I'm saying? And but it's just great to have someone on the team and to help with stuff and just to crush it, because a war is not won by a soldier. A war is won by an army, and it takes a team of people. And so you got to build it slow and steady and just grow steadily and make sure you got the income to pay for it out and whatnot. And we're just in a place where we have songs that I think are radio ready, and there's some opportunity there that I think can be gained and build something. And I think I shared on other podcasts that we laid some foundation last year. Well, I want to lay some more foundation and keep building on top of the relationships that we already have. And that's the thing, man. When you don't stay on top of something, you can make all this headway and then you get distracted and you lose some of the momentum. And I really don't want to lose some of the momentum that I know I've actually lost in some genres and in music, especially rock radio. We got some serious catching up to do there, but we will, and we'll take it on, and it'll happen. But today I wanted to really talk to you about having a full-time career in music, and there's a lot of ways to go about this. And I'm going to be putting together something really, really special for you guys called I'm going to call it the 6 or 7 pillars of a full-time music career. And the way I went full-time with music was through touring, okay? And that's just one way that you can go full-time in music, all right? And I want to be very clear that it was by playing shows and performing, and touring and getting paid to play live. And I was my own booking agent and just booking more shows. And that's how I was able to go full time. It wasn't from TV film syncs. It wasn't from selling music. It was from performing music. All right. And that's how I was able to quit, because I knew I was going to get paid to perform. And so that's what allowed me to go full time. I focused only on that, and I saw that I could get paid for a service, for performing, all right? And to layer on top of that to help me go full-time, I realized I need to have merchandise. I better have some CDs, some t-shirts, some hoodies, some posters, some things to sell, because I realized that, some nights I could make more money off of merch than I could with just touring, sometimes it's if the show was big enough, heck, I'd do the show for a discount or for almost free if I knew I could sell a bunch of merch. But it took me a while to realize these things, but then this is when I started to realize this was a business and it would allow me to quit my job. And it took me a while to figure this out, and playing shows on the weekend and building up my list of promoters and places that I could perform, and again, coming back to relationships. But that's what allowed me to quit my job. Now, I've been doing TV film syncs pretty more consistently in writing for that part of the music biz for about a year now, like really focused. And we had a really big placement last year that, one thing would could literally pay for, some people don't even make that much in a year, but from this one placement, we made the money off of that. Now, I haven't gotten paid for that yet, okay? And we'll probably get paid for it sometime this year, which will be awesome. And I'm hoping we continue to get more of those. Now, it's taken me a year to build that up. Now, I'm hoping that, by the end of 2020, I'm going to have so many more other songs that are syncable and placeable that will be, a sizable income. All right. And so potentially I could, say if I still had my job or whatnot, I could quit my job and go full-time in syncs. Okay, but again, this takes time and investment in laying a foundation. All right, and but that's just another way that you could go full-time in music, but you got to lay the foundation down. Let's go back to earlier that I was talking about with radio promotion, okay? Say I wanted to focus strictly on radio, and we did a lot of radio last year, and that helped get my songs on there, and a bunch of stations played it, and we charted and a bunch of stuff, and that sold some singles and brought awareness and whatnot. I didn't tour it, but I could have toured the places that I played. But let's just say you wanted to go full-time off of just radio play. Well, if you focus hard enough building up those relationships with radio, not only if you get big enough stations, especially like Sirius XM and some other, big market stations, eventually the royalties off of that could be huge, not just from the music sales, but the publishing. And again, it takes time for that publishing money to come in because the Performance Rights Society has to collect it. But that's another way you could potentially go full time. But again, are you starting to see the pattern here that things take time to develop and to build up that catalog, to build up the systems, and to just get the awareness and the branding? It just takes time for the money to come in, and that's why you don't want to quit too fast, and you want to really invest in the front and really build this for a while. But when you start having all these things going and working for you, like full tilt, and that's what having a label or having a team can help you with. But those are just a few ideas where you can make a great living. Okay, but for me, the one that I felt like I was able to control, or just the one that I kind of stepped into, was performing live. When I first started, if I could go back, I'd probably focus a little bit more on the songwriting and the TV and film, because what I like about that is I don't have to be there and the songs are working for me. When performing, I wasn't able to write and do all these other things. But once I've written a song, that song's always working for me. But when I'm performing, I'm just performing it once. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, I probably would have written more on the road and leveraged songwriting, even touring, if I could go back. I did a lot of reading and did other stuff, but I was just very focused on the touring aspect. And so I'm curious. I don't know what you're passionate about or which one you want to build, but choose one. Choose one and build it, all right? Or choose two that you want to focus on and start building, because it's not like you can't work on two of them. But I will say, if you want to grow anything, the more you focus on that one thing, the way further you're going to get. If you try and juggle all these things and do it all at the same time, you're just going to stress yourself out, and then you're not going to do anything. There's a Fanbase University member that was really stressed out because she wanted to do all these things. And I said, look, you got to just focus on one. Just focus on one, and that's it. Okay? And of course, I teach you guys marketing and building a funnel and Facebook ads and all that stuff. And you can totally go full-time on that too by marketing online and building a funnel and building merch. And, some people go the YouTube route, and they build their YouTube page up, and they do video after video after video, and they build a massive YouTube following, and then they start to monetize that way. Okay, so there's a lot of different ways that you can go about this with your music and covers and stuff. But the main problem, or the difficult thing with most artists, and even myself, is being able to focus long enough on one thing until you start to see success. so many entrepreneurs, so many artists, they put in a little bit of work and they don't see enough results, and so they quit. And so you definitely don't want to do that. And so that's why, of course, we have Fanbase University, so I keep you on track, keep you pumped up. And if you have not joined our coaching program, go to fanbaseuniversity.com. We do 2 coaching calls a month on the 12th and 24th of every single month. Plus, I ship you 2 books and a ring just to remind you to keep fighting for your dreams. There's the music marketing and promotions guide you get, and also my book, Fighter, 5 Keys to Conquering Fear and Reaching Your Dreams, and a ring that says Fighter on it. It's got the logo. It's a size 9 ring. If that doesn't fit you, you can just wear it as a necklace, and it comes in a cool little luxury fighter bag, this little black velvet bag. So it's a really nice piece, and just something just to remind you, because you're not alone, man. You're not alone, girl. There's a plan, there's a purpose for your life, and I hope that we can help you out and encourage you and just inspire you, because nobody does this alone. We all need a team. And so I'd be honored to have you. Go to fanbaseuniversity.com, and I hope to see you on the next call. And I want to remind you that a fighter isn't someone who never fails. A fighter is someone who never quits. Peace.
So if you're a struggling artist and you're just trying to figure out this music industry, you want to go full time with your music, you want to get noticed on social media, or learn how to launch an album, an EP, or just get your music more marketed out there, I want to encourage you to check out my coaching program called Fanbase University. Every single month, I jump on the phone 2 times with my students, and I coach them and I teach them how to market their music, how to get noticed, how to handle booking agents, record labels, and just get their music out there. Also, you get access to exclusive training, you get interviews with music industry professionals. If you want to find out more and not do this on your own, not struggle, because I've wasted thousands of dollars on my career, and now I want to coach other artists. Check out my program, fanbaseuniversity.com, or click the link below to find out more info.